Next up.
Uh-huh.
Where's my notes? All right, Vampire Survivors. We're talking about Vampire Survivors again.
Again?
Yes.
Okay.
There's an animated series coming from the John Wick studio.
Oh, well, the John Wick creator, his new studio.
Oh, his new studio.
Yeah. So,
New dudes.
what would you picture this Vampire Survivors anime? Animated. It said animated. I gave my cards away. I said anime. I picture it as just being like the Castlevania anime.
If it's not like the Castlevania anime, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, like what could you imagine? It's like a chibi like kids
No,
adventure game.
I'm not into it.
No, I couldn't.
If it's not like Castlevania is so good, and if you're making animated series that takes heavy inspiration from Castlevania, then it just has to be like that. Otherwise, it's gonna be like meh.
It's gonna be high action,
Low
story.
Yeah.
I think it could be interesting.
I think it's going to focus on one or two of the characters.
Oh, I'd have to.
Because there's so
It'd be
many.
like the Arcane, basically.
Yeah.
There'd be like 4 or 5 main characters. They'd make a story. Like, there's virtually no story for Vampire Survivors.
Literally no story.
Well, there kind of is. Like, you have to, find the Bone Man or whatever. But, like, why are they fighting in the dairy?
Yeah, right? Why are there milkmaids everywhere?
Yeah, like, what is going on here? So they'd have to really make a story up about it as they go. But I think it could be... It's basically a blank slate.
Yeah, essentially. Here's all these characters in this weird milk world.
It's almost weird that they're actually even bothering with the, like, IP. I guess it's, like, name recognition, sort of.
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, yeah, Vampire Survivors. I played that game. But, like, there's... All their licensing is the look of the characters, basically. The designs. Because there's, like, no lore.
Is it Vampire Apocalypse? Because you're survivors.
Do you even fight vampires in this game?
No, you just
I fight bones and like fucking plants and bats, and dragon shrimps.
The dragon shrimps.
Like I don't even
tough.
think there's a vampire in the game. I guess you play as a vampire. Certain characters are vampires, I guess.
I think so.
But I don't think I fought a vampire.
Let's go to the enemies.
Like
page
there's
of
the
wiki.
crone and
Is
you
the crone a
fight
vampire?
death. And there's golems. I almost said golem. There's golems.
Scalinos.
Of course.
Scarletons.
Yeah.
And skeletons.
Yeah.
Zombies. Mudmen. The old flower wall.
Yep.
Ghosts. Werewolves.
Oh, I guess you open a vampire coffin and vampires come out and fight you.
Yeah. There's milk elementals.
Oh, classic milk elemental. Yeah. I think those are the only
from the
vampires.
days of yore. Undead mage, witches.
Yeah.
Archon Spada.
The only vampires I can think of are when you find the vampire chest or coffin, it opens up and it says, oh, our vampire's in another coffin, and then you unlock a different survivor.
Yeah. You unlock survivors.
Yeah.
Oh, cute, happy, sad. Molisanos.
The old Molisanos.
Old Molisanos. They're like, those are the plants. Dead Molisanos? What, dead Molisanos are people? What's going on here?
Yeah, man, it's like Soylent Green.
Soylent Green.
Yeah, I would like to check this out for sure.
Reaper trainee.
Especially with John Wick. Those movies are pretty good.
Yes.
I mean, they're not... I think the first one is the best one. They get a little more over the top the further they go. The fighting is good and everything, but the story is kind of like, eh.
I haven't seen the latest one.
I think I saw 3. I haven't seen 4, though, for sure. And there's a spin-off coming, too, like one called The Ballerina, I think.
The Ballerina?
Yeah, for one of the female assassins or something. I don't know, like, they got a double header of, like, 2 of the worst actors in the movie, in the second one, I think, because it has Keanu Reeves and then Ruby Rose.
Oh, yeah, Ruby Rose's acting in that.
She is terrible. She's very terrible.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know Keanu's good guy Keanu, but he's not a good actor.
He's just Keanu.
But, like... Ryan Reynolds is just Ryan Reynolds, but he's better than Keanu.
That's because he's got witty quips and one-liners, and his delivery's great. Whereas Keanu is just Keanu in every movie.
Yeah, he is. God, if you watch Knock Knock, some of the
Keanu in every movie except for Bill and Ted.
No, that's the purest form of Keanu right there.
Yeah.
Well, he's the same thing in that's the Surf movie that he's in, the Surf crime movie. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, yeah, Oh, knock knock. Oh my god. It's free pizza. It's free pizza. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
I have not seen the movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was so weird. So weird. Anyways. He's a cool guy, but I mean,
he's a good guy, cool guy.
I think
as far as we know.
I think you never hear a negative story about Keanu.
No, you don't.
Like even his girlfriend is like age appropriate.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like the same age as him.
There you go. That's the ticket.
It's not always been that way, but right now it is.
It
so.
is. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's a good guy, Keanu.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
He's also kind of Canadian almost, so.
Yeah.
He worked for the CBC.
Oh.
There's old videos of him doing these weird man on the streets when he's younger, interviewing people. It's very weird. Anyways,
great.
Vampire Survivors. Maybe Keanu. Point Break, yes. Maybe Keanu will do a voice in Vampire Survivors.
Yes. I mean, he'd have to, right? At this point?
No, wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for the news.
Yeah, shorty.
The only two articles that we found point in talking about. The rest were just meh.
I mean, we could talk about Jedi Survivor being like poorly received, but
it's
just a PC port of a console game.
Yeah,
like no surprise. But I think the first Fallen Order. Well, you're playing it.
I'm playing it.
It seems to be pretty well running on your thing.
Yeah, and it's
also
on
2
deck.
years old, so
yeah,
it's been a few patches.
It's running on deck off of an SD card, so
yeah.
It's doing great.
Yeah,
it's a little bit chuggy when it loads, but it's an SD card.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just how it goes.
Exactly.